We are officially recording. Welcome, guys. This is our fourth official menu planning group call, and I hope that you have been saving some of your menus, and we're going to continue to do this. I think for sure for the first month of 80-Day Obsession. I'm scared to commit past that, but I can commit for one more month to doing this. And I hope you guys have pens and paper, because we are going to review again the workout block for how to plan our meals. And as you guys know, 80-Day Obsession is launching tomorrow, the eating plan a week before the workouts and everything else launches, in order to take our time to read through it, because all we have so far that we know for sure is the workout block. We know nothing else about the eating plan for sure. So she wants us to take our time and not to start the eating plan until we start the workouts. So she said that specifically today in our group, for all the coaches, to tell you guys to wait to read it over. Next Sunday,
right.
We'll go
Very important, because the calculation might be different. That's why. The calculation for 80-Day Obsession and for a little bit obsessed is different. You have a different calorie burn. So whatever workout you're doing now, stick to that calculation. And even when the nutrition guide comes out tomorrow, don't redo your calculation to figure out your bracket until you're starting 80-Day Obsession, because it'll be for that.
Right. But that doesn't mean we can't look at it, and we know the workout block is the same. So let's go over that again. Remember where you find everything on Beachbody On Demand. And you know what? I'm also going to open the chat box on the side in case anybody has any questions that they want to put in. Okay, so here we go. At the beginning, the idea is that since we work out every day, and when we don't work out, we rest, which is just as important as our workout, all of our food is going to work around when we work out. So, for example, if you work out in the afternoon, then an hour before your workout, you have a vegetable, a protein, a carbohydrate, and a teaspoon. That's a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon of healthy fats. Okay? Then you would do your workout, and you would have your recover if you
with the fruit,
are using the supplements, or just a fruit, or a recover and a fruit. Then like 1 to 2 hours later, you would have your next meal, which is again the same exact thing: a vegetable, a protein, a carbohydrate, and a teaspoon, which would be a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon. Now, it's the same whether that's lunch and like 4 o'clock meal, or it's 4 o'clock meal and a dinner meal, and it's the same if it's breakfast and avocado esser, your 10 o'clock meal. It doesn't matter when in the day you set this sequence. The most important thing is that this sequence go together. Do you have something you want to add, Ayala?
I was just going to say that no matter when it is, what's so important, not even so important, what's so amazing about the sequence going together, and this is what happened to me today. I'm usually a morning workout person, and I thought I kind of had that down pat. And my schedule today meant no morning workout. I had a conference all day. I knew I was going to get my workout in around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I first panicked a little bit, just because change is hard for me. But then I really thought about it, and I said, okay, let me work backwards. If I'm working out at 3, at about 1:30, I need to have that pre-workout meal. And then later I'll be having the post-workout meal, more like 4:35. And that really actually helped me organize my day. I was able to then work backwards and say, okay, meal 1 before I even get to the conference was a yogurt and a fruit for my protein. And you see all your containers that you have, and you split them up based on a 2 to 3 hour break in between meals. And then it really, really works. For me, the only thing that threw me off today was I thought there'd be food I could eat at the conference, and then there wasn't. So I almost missed a meal, and I have to get so much of my food in then in the afternoon. I'm actually down. I haven't had my shake. I had dinner, and I'm full. And I really might just skip it because it's late already. But for the most part, it still really helped me organize my whole day.
Well, I bet you wished you would have had that shake at the conference.
Right, if I would have had it, right, exactly. There was a time to fit it in. I just didn't have it.
Wait, so how do I switch the screen to myself? Is there a way to do that?
How do you what?
How do I let you, can you see me?
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. So I had something similar, which was that normally I have my pre and post workout, and my post workout meal is breakfast for me because I work out so early in the morning. But I had 2 snow days this week, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited! I can have my pre workout meal as breakfast, work out, have my post workout meal at lunch, and I found like I couldn't fit in my shake, I couldn't fit in my protein, like. I was totally off because I thought I was psyched. I'm like, I have so much food for later in the day, and I was
I literally shoveled 2 eggs and a cup of vegetables in my mouth right before this call so I could try to finish like eating my last food. But I will tell you, see how you feel at the end of this call, like at 9, whatever, like when we finish and wrap up and everything around 9, maybe try it as the ice cream.
I don't have any fruit left, so I can't put a frozen banana because the only thing I was able to have in the conference was a fruit, and I already had my other 2 fruits planned. I thought about that. I couldn't even try to make it into a cookie dough. Oh, Rena.
Yeah.
Try to make it into a cookie dough. Rena, somebody did post, I saw recently on one of the other groups, in terms of, you know how we had the whole hot session. I know so many people are cold now in the winter. So there's a certain temperature that you can do it up until. And past a certain temperature, it does play with the nutritional value of some of the ingredients. Somebody else answered that. Okay, so 2 or 3 ingredients might be effective.
Right.
Feel better.
Right. I have to tell you, I had like 3 sips of that hot cocoa, and I was like, I can't, because when you drink hot cocoa, you like drink a mug of hot cocoa. When you drink a cup of Shakeology hot cocoa, it's like an entire shake, and you have to sip it. Like you can't really. So, but I did see, I mean, there's all this stuff about making like mug cakes, like microwave mug cakes out of this technology. I don't know if that's probably also killing nutrients.
I'm sure if you microwave it, it's killing it. Yeah.
But anyway.
I was going to try, maybe somebody had posted just like a lukewarm kind of cookie dough-ish. Like you take a scoop of the Shakeology.
Coconut oil and nut butter.
Right.
So, a little bit
cold when it's like 7 degrees here. So.
Okay. Guys, I'm taking it back. We're going on to today. I posted that if you saw, I'm sharing here in the chat box, the link posted today all around that you should have also gotten in your email from Beachbody. The same way they gave us 9 sample pre-workout meals. Again, they're trickling us the information so that we don't get overwhelmed and we can implement one thing at a time. There's now
because it's trickling, it's also meals. Right. It's giving ideas and different ways for you to think about, like, oh my God, how am I going to have my post-workout meal, my pre-workout meal? So many different ideas of combinations, either if you want it more like a snack, depending on your day, or like a meal, like a 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green can be a snack. It could be cottage cheese with a cup of cut up vegetables and a little,
and they had some garbanzo beans with it.
Right, whatever. So it could be more snack-like, or it could be a turkey burger with grilled vegetables, and it can really go either way. So it's just nice to get some ideas.
Interesting. I don't know if anybody else has found this, but since I've been doing Time Nutrition, I have been missing more vegetables. I mean, I've been eating vegetables, but I've been feeling like the portion is small on vegetables versus when I had them like 2 or 3 together. I felt like, oh, I'm eating so many vegetables. Anybody else feel that way? That when they're only eating a cup at a time, they feel like they're barely eating vegetables?
But I like it. It's doing much. I never was a vegetable in the morning person. So this really gets me eating vegetables in the beginning of the day. It makes me way more conscious of having my vegetables put into raw and cooked, because the first half of the day will be more raw. And I'm also less gassy because I'm not having a salad with 2 to 3 cups of vegetables in it.
So I did find that's definitely true. I think there's definitely something true to that. I am keeping in mind, though, that if I feel like I need an extra vegetable at a meal, like that I'm gonna let myself have. Like I was looking at those zucchini noodles. I'm like, that looks amazing, but that portion of zucchini pasta looks too small. They have a great post-workout meal with zucchini noodles and edamame and a great like sauce. And I was thinking that if I did like 1 cup of zucchini noodles and like 1 cup of shredded cabbage and then cooked it together, so the truth is cooked, it might still be 1 cup, but like that would fill me up more. So,
but I think that's some of the point. Smaller meals more often is what's getting our metabolism moving faster.
Exactly.
It definitely have to be way more aware and have your food ready to be eating every 2 to 3 hours.
Yes.
But I have
otherwise you get stuck with too many cucumbers and red peppers.
I turned it down. It was like totally boiling over water. Okay.
Somebody talking to
not
someone else.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think Yardana's on her cell phone.
Yeah.
Yardana, say
I
hi.
am. Sorry. I'm here. I didn't put myself on mute.
Is that your Dana?
Yes.
Hi, Dana. It's Rena Rosen.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Wait, Lily.
Yeah.
When you measure like something like zucchini noodle, do you measure them before you cook them or after? Same with like
if
kale.
I'm eating them raw, I measure them before I cook them. If I'm eating them cooked, I measure them cooked.
Okay. And other question I have for you is one of the things I'm struggling with is when I have like a post-workout meal for lunch, I'm sort of struggling with what to do with the spoon. Because I'll have like today I have spaghetti squash and plain quinoa, and I'm not sure what protein I'm putting on it yet. Let's say I'm do like grilled chicken, and I don't know what to do for the spoon. Like, do I just drizzle?
What about olive oil? Yes. What about a teaspoon of olive oil? Or
I just sort of I feel like I don't need it for flavor.
You don't need it, which is why it's very important because your body needs it. I know we're all so used to Pam with our eggs and spray and this and whatever, and that's something that the Time Nutrition told me also. I'm like, well, I can have a teaspoon.
Right.
And as much as I love peanut butter, I haven't been having 5 teaspoons of peanut butter. I've been splitting it up.
Yes,
that was the thing I had also. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I'm ending my day still with 2 teaspoons, and I started in my morning, my pre or post. I have some chopped salad, and I got so used to not having olive oil because why waste the calories? I have now put it back in.
Right.
So let's say when you're making your chicken breast, you can make it with a little olive oil in a pan and like heat it up. But also, instead of just olive oil, like just to put it on, you could add flavor to that. You could take the olive oil and add spices to it, and then drizzle it over your food, and it's actually going to then infuse your food with those spices.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, great question. Let's see. Any questions about how to break up your other meals ideally?
Is everybody having an
remaining containers?
Time taking their other.
Is anybody
the remaining
struggling?
containers? How do I like?
Exactly.
I can give you some ideas. Like I know this is also related to what Rena said. I don't use my orange as dressing. I just don't. I use balsamic vinegar and lemon juice and some salt and pepper, which is nothing, no count. So now what do you use your orange for if you're supposed to be getting in? So some ideas that I've been having for my oranges has been putting sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds on a salad or on some vegetables, or on stir fry using sesame seeds, or in my oatmeal, I've been putting in a tablespoon of shredded coconut, and it makes it really creamy, and there's
actually been adding
right
that
there.
to my shake. Like today, I had my shake, vanilla shake.
And my second half, exactly.
Half an orange of coconut with raspberries in my Shakeology was delicious. Also, I'm adding a little coconut to my oatmeal if I have oatmeal. But I love pumpkin seeds. Raw pumpkin seeds, I think, are amazing. And those are my favorite things to add. Also to stir fries, also to salads. Another thing is, I'll go run and get it. I'll let you take over from it, and I'll show you one of my favorite.
Okay. So yes, so that's an idea in terms of what you can do with your orange.
I'm going to show you 2 of my favorite things. Okay. I'm going to show you guys here 2 of my favorite things in terms of using your teaspoons and your orange. I really love this mix of nuts and seeds. It has sunflower seeds, whole sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, quinoa seeds, a little almond, a little aceite vul, a little olive oil, and a little salt. So I'll do like a half an orange of this. I can just count it as a full orange because it's a mix, but it's really, really, really good. And that's a great, and it's really good on basically anything. The other thing I really, really like is this almond spread that you get at the health food store. Now, if you're in the States, that's just the regular, like Trader Joe's almond butter. But I love almond butter in the States, and I could not find a good almond butter. Well,
We had
yeah, there you go. You're back. So I could not find a good almond butter here in Israel because it's always this very white, pasty kind of thing with no flavor because they keep the skins off. So I found Shaken Maleh, whole almond butter. And the reason you might want to start mixing your peanut butter with almond butter is that peanut butter is probably the least healthy nut butter, and we love it, and it's great, and you can absolutely use it for a teaspoon. But by switching it up and not only having peanut butter, you're gonna get more out of your teaspoons.
Oh, I'm totally guilty of really only having peanut butter as a nut butter.
Try this one; it's really good.
And I also do it with the powder, and then you get like a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon.
Okay, but just use that for 1 teaspoon a day. You have 5.
I use it for 3. Definitely 2.
Okay, so it's just a suggestion. But also for those of you who are in the States, so, you know, they have amazing pecan butter and almond butter, other butters, and it's worth it to diversify. I want to give it, go ahead. You have something to say?
No, I think it's easier in America to get good nut butters.
Yeah, except I finally, after I came back from America, so I was obsessed with the almond butter I brought home with me. When I finished it, I went on a journey till I found something equal. Okay, I want to talk about how I've been breaking up the leftover meals, and I'd love to hear what's working for anybody else. I have not been doubling up my yellows or my reds, which are very big for me. I used to always like a double protein in the evening or a double carb at some point of the day. And by dividing everything up where I'm not having to do anything at any point of the day, I'm really eating like a meal every 2 to 3 hours. So for example, I did a double workout today because I missed one last week, and I was starving by lunch, like starving. And so I portioned out my food, I ate my food, and I was still hungry. So I said, you know what, I'm going to eat again in 2 hours, right? And lo and behold, 20 minutes after I'd finished eating, I was satisfied because really it took that long for the food to hit my stomach. And I think that is something that is like an epiphany that a lot of times, especially if we're doing it right, so our metabolism is on fire, you may immediately finish your food and still feel hungry a little bit. The question is, are you still going to feel hungry 30 minutes later? And are you going to feel hungry for your actual next meal, which is what you want to be? So then I was satisfied for the good hour and a half after, like, till I hit 2.5 hours later. And that was even. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add one thing to that, which I think has also been affecting that, especially for people like me who are used to working out on an empty stomach. And that these last 2 weeks I haven't. I added that pre-workout meal. Adding the pre-workout meal has actually made me less hungry post-workout. I used to be, don't eat anything, felt like I was fine. I couldn't eat anything during my workout. I would have the energize, and that was it, and one water when I woke up. And then a little bit after my meal, after my workout, I like needed food. And then even no matter what I ate, it almost didn't sustain me. I just felt it go right through me. And the pre-workout meal of having a protein and a carb and a vegetable, or just a protein and a fruit that's lighter, the full pre-workout meal not only gives you energy for during your workout, but it enables the whole post-workout time lapse to really work for you, like the recover with the fruit right after, and then an hour and a half later, that other meal where I used to not be able to think about, wait, an hour and a half after I work out to only eat. Because it's your body using the food that you put in it to burn instead of the other stuff that's going to then start making you hungry.
Right.
I have something about, you really wake up an hour earlier to do that?
She moved your workout
So
later.
So I've been right now, in all honesty, with a little obsessed. It's only been half-hour workouts. So I've only been waking up a drop earlier to make sure that I get downstairs, have my breakfast, and the truth is, then I take an hour to do other things that needed to be done. Instead of, I just flip things around. Like I use that time and I prepare my food for the day, or I get the kids ready, and then everyone's out of the house. You know, at 7:30, I'm pressing play. But that's me. I don't have to leave my house until 9 on most days. So I'm okay like that. On days where I have to be out of the house earlier, then I switch my schedule around. But I've been finding eating an hour before my workout has great. If I'm having a carb, I'm only having the fruit. Then a half hour is complete.
I totally just lost you. My phone cut out while you were answering that.
You're having internet issues, Ayala.
Oh, I am? Oh, yeah. It seems like, okay. When I'm eating the full meal, like the full pre-workout meal of the protein, the carb, and the vegetable, I really need an hour before. When I'm having the meal one kind of thing, which is the protein and the fruit, a half hour for me is so much of it depends on if you're going to throw up your food or feel sick or feel it, jumping around in your stomach. It's how you metabolize it. But I've been working enough time to eat right away. I've been prepping. Here, I'll give you an example. I just made.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to step in for a minute while Ayala gets her signal done. For example, I work from home unless I have meetings. Like I could go a day where I'm out. I will be a few days this week where I'm out with meetings or events going on. So, for example, I used to get up and work out at 6 a.m. But there was no way I was going to get up at like 5 just to eat. However, what I realized is that, guys know I'm a big believer in the book Miracle Morning, and they have all this other stuff that you should do and that you can do in the morning. And whether it's just giving your kids a little bit of attention at that point, or like Ayala's been doing where she's been being with her family, then coming in and doing her workout, or what I've been doing, which is also right the second I get up in the morning, if I can work out at 8, so 7, right, by 8, so then I will eat as soon as I wake up, be with the kids, be present in the morning, do drop off, and work out by 8 a.m. If I have to be somewhere and I do have to get up early, and this is something that may well come up when we have an hour-long workout for 80-day obsession, I will be making sure that I have at least 30 minutes from when I wake up and eat something till when I work out. And I may
the key being having something that's not going to take you 15 minutes to make to eat. And that's where a lot of the meal planning and the prepping goes. Like if you like oatmeal and you're going
overnight oats is a great pre-workout meal in a busy morning because it's a yogurt with a 4th cup of oats and chia seeds in it and some fruit on top. And again, remember, if you very busy and you only have a half hour between when you can eat and when you can work out, then again, you can do a half pre-workout meal. It's definitely better than nothing. Do a half a protein, a half a carb, a half a fruit, or a half a vegetable and a teaspoon. You can.
And again, think about it the night before. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but it's something that you would tell your kids also. Like I made these today.
Yeah.
The egg cups. Okay. It really didn't take that much time, and that includes a carb and a protein and a half a green in 2 of them. It's sweet potato and chopped spinach and an egg. And I made them now. They're going in my fridge. And in the morning, I literally just nuke them for a little bit. And
I will say I made the cloud bread I talked about today, and it was horrible to make it. Don't waste your energy.
To answer your question about when you do the half pre-workout meal, because I've been doing this, I was getting up at 5, basically working out, and then I had a lot of time to catch up on my life, so I flipped that, and I eat, catch up on my life, work out. That's how I've been doing it. But with the longer workouts, I'm a little bit nervous about it, and I yell at I was already struggling to eat. I do meal 1, and I'm struggling to eat all of that. It's not like I could work out 15 minutes later. It's just that I can't get that much food down early in the morning. So if you're eating half of it, would you then immediately post-workout eat the rest of it? Or would you just say, if you do half a red, half the yellow, whatever,
I don't think I would. I think you expel the energy during your workout. You'd go for the recover and a fruit after. Right. And an hour and a half later, the post-workout meal, either add the other half onto that.
Or add them day.
That's what I would do it. I would probably add it to my post-workout meal just for convenience, unless you see that you have another time of day where you could use a pick-me-up.
That's what I was sort of thinking. For example, until I did Time Nutrition, I always brought hard-boiled eggs to work with me, and that was my afternoon snack. So now I don't have an extra red to play with, but if I have half a red pre-workout, then I have 1 egg mid-afternoon.
Yeah. And no. Do an egg and a white then, because a white's free unless you get to 4 of them.
Oh, okay. You're saying just so I have a little more protein then.
Yeah, just a little bit more, and also you feel like you're eating a little bit more. 1 hard-boiled egg versus an egg and a whole another egg white is gonna feel more like what you're used to.
Right. Okay.
That's what I would suggest. And then I'm very excited tomorrow. I'm going to get all the information. I have 2 hours set aside on my schedule tomorrow to start reading through 80-Day Obsession. But it's going to take a week for us to look at it, to understand it, to, put on, my holistic health education hat and analyze it and explain things as to why she set things up this way. But not only that, we're going to be getting it directly from her, why she set it up this way. And is there anybody who's looking for more vegan protein ideas? As soon as you get the program, the first thing you should do is read it and read the vegan guide, okay? Because a lot of people struggle to get their proteins in. And if you do better with more vegan protein, you can use the vegan recipes. You can use the vegan proteins as well. And I'm definitely excited to see the vegan plan. I usually do a 1 month of eating vegan or eating close to that in the winter to just take a break from all the meat. But I haven't done it because we've been doing all these programs that require so much protein. And I've been nervous about the prep of so many vegan proteins versus I've gotten in such a good habit of making all these meat and fish proteins and having them around. It's a big mindset shift, but I'm definitely going to be looking over the vegan plan. So to make sure that you get, again, a variety of food, and just so that should you be stuck or get tired of eating, or you don't like so many varieties of meat and you're feeling bored, to just have all of the tools at your fingertips.
Okay, does anybody have other questions? While do you have next thing to say? I want to know if anybody in the meantime also had any questions in terms of ideas of meal prepping or ideas for certain parts of the day, what to eat, what's the best way to get in your blue to make it something that fills you up.
I found another amazing link to snack box recipes. We have 10 minutes left, by the way. And I've just put it here to everybody in the chat box, okay? This was amazing. So exactly what Ayala said, if you were looking for more ideas of what to eat, so this was excellent, excellent. I will definitely be using some of these. For example, a 4th cup of hummus with cherry tomatoes, olives, grapes, and 2 mini pitas is a green, a purple, a yellow, a blue, and an orange. That's a great another meal in the day. Kale chips, raw almonds, half a cup of grapes, a clementine, and a half a cup of roasted chickpeas is a green, a purple, a yellow, a blue, and a teaspoon. Another perfect alternate meal that feels more like a snack. salsa, baked corn tortilla chips, okay, made from 2 corn tortillas. If you've never tried this, this is so good. If you get real corn tortillas and you just spray them with Pam or with olive oil and put sea salt on them and bake them in the oven, they're actually amazing. First, you cut them into little tortilla strips, and then with peppers and cheese and mango, like kind of a Mexican box. And they're just really good, and they show you exactly how you can put the containers together for these so that you have more ideas if you're eating on the go or you need to pack things up for work. They break it down for you in an interesting, delicious kind of way. Has anybody made a meal they really liked that they want to share? Like we had these sweet potato cups up last week. I was hoping to have the cloud bread, but that was a total bust.
I did a crock pot one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which is really not like me. I don't do often, and it worked out well for dinner. I defrosted in the morning a whole bunch of just like chicken breast, like strips, like filet, that just like a whole pack of it. And in the crock pot, I put in a pack of frozen green beans and just chopped up other vegetables, some carrot, some root vegetables, whatever, just threw it in, put in all the chicken. And then I made a sauce of olive oil, soy sauce, honey, garlic, some chili flakes, and some Dijon mustard. Mix it all together, pour that on top, shut the crock pot, and, and then a few hours later.
3 hours on high?
I happen to have been in and out of the house, and it was the afternoon, 3 hours on high. I assume if you need to put it up earlier, then
usually it's about 5 to 6 on low, 3 on high.
Right. So that was something which I really don't do often, and that worked as a great dinner. And
so I've been doing a number 4 chuck, which is a shoulder, a number 4 katef piece of meat in my crock pot with just a different sauce and a cup of water. This is the 3rd week in a row on Shabbat. And I've had the leftovers of that mixed with brown rice, like reheated in a frying pan, like twice so far this week as a meal, as did my husband. And I just threw in some grated zucchini one time. Another time I threw in some frozen spinach and frozen broccoli, whatever it was. And I just reheated it together, and it was delicious. So that also I've been doing in the crock pot. I did chicken breast also in the crock pot last week with just Italian seasoning and a little orange juice. And that's it. And it came out great. Also with green beans.
For me, I like the idea also. I mean, I know you had said which meals work for you.
Yeah.
I also like sometimes just having a lot of different things that I can prep and then rearranging my meals. Like usually on a Monday, I make, a whole tray of salmon fillet. So I know I have just strips, of salmon to have. I keep tuna in my fridge to put on top of a sprouted pizza to have. That's been a great post-workout meal for me, keeping me full really long. A sprouted pizza with tuna, that's the yellow, and the tuna as the protein. Slice some tomatoes to put in it, and some extra like baby carrots on the side. And that's been an amazing post-workout kind of meal.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, I don't have a specific food because I like really plain foods. Like this is perfect for me because I just like mix and match plain quinoa, plain chicken, whatever. But I just made myself this morning a Google spreadsheet which breaks down all the meals, and it's like super easy because now it's like I have 6 points during the day that I eat, and I have which containers I'm eating during those points, and then I fill it. If anybody wants me to share it, if you want to just
for sure share it, because if you look in the group, in every group there's a file section. I happen to have uploaded an Excel that I made also.
And I'll email it out to anybody also who needs it.
All right, I'll figure out how to do that, but if I can't figure it out and you just
No, I'll tell you, even if you're on it right now, when you're on, go on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. If you're on Facebook and you're in the group, on the left side it says about, discussion, members, events, videos, photos, files.
Yeah. Okay.
Just hit files and upload.
Let's see if I upload.
So in there, you're going to see a whole bunch of files that we've uploaded from the beginning of the group, different things to look over.
Oh, so I should be able to do a Google file because it's on my drive. Yeah, I'll get it. Okay.
Okay, and then you can upload a file.
Okay.
Like that.
Make sure it's just open so that we can all see it.
Anyway, so I found I found that it was super helpful for me because over time, like before Time Nutrition, it was like, I just sort of by rote knew which containers I wanted to eat at which time. So now I'm doing that with Time Nutrition, and it's just like, think about my combinations, but it's there for me, and I could just like.
And remember,
100%.
we will adjust it as we discover the rest of the plan to come. But a spreadsheet is very helpful because it helps you to organize. As she gives us the different things, you can just input.
Right. Not just that, splitting it up like Rena said, that was the whole idea behind, like when I did the alarm clock thing.
Exactly.
Here, guys, can you guys see this? It seems a little OCD.
Oh, I love it.
My iPhone, and I use the hearts as the containers.
You can tell she's the OCD one and I'm the creative one.
I am. I'm the OCD. But it means that wherever you are, for me, it's just a reminder. Because if I didn't prep food, I don't know many of us that are completely do not have any access to anything. So even if you didn't prep and you're somewhere, you need to run out to a store, to a shop, to a makola, I don't know what you guys have next to you at work, but in America. But it gives you the idea, like Rena said, when you have it split up to which containers you have at what time, it doesn't have to necessarily be connected to the specific food. You go onto the 21-Day Fix tracker app, you click on that color box, and if you can't think of your own idea, you have the whole list of what blues you can have.
And it depends on your work schedule. Like I work from home, so for me, I like to have more of my main things organized so that I can put them together as I'm in the mood. But there are days that I'm out of the house from the morning till the evening, and I know we have a lot of people in our groups that have to pack up their food from breakfast through dinner, and they're eating like their post dinner at home.
I had food in my pocketbook today when I went to a bank conference. I literally had a Ziploc of baby carrots, a container of peanut butter that I put in, the spelt pizza with an egg inside.
Right? And did you feel weird eating it, or were you so happy you had it?
No, I didn't eat it there in front of people, but it ended up saving me because.
Okay, we got less than a minute left.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We will do this, we'll continue to do this, and hopefully we'll also start recording them as long as people still come on. As soon as people stop coming, I'm stopping to record.
Right. Okay. And as always, even beyond this, if you have any additional questions that you want to ask us one-on-one or set up a time for one-on-one, always. We're both available for that whenever you guys need.
I posted my Google Doc. Thank you for
awesome.
Great. And I will share it with the other people who might not see it and tag. Great. And thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. Good job finishing on time.
Bye.
Bye.